Alright, this is what your loom is going to look like when it's completely warped. And then when you're finished, you're going to take and just cut your yarn, and you're going to tape your other end down. Then you're ready to start weaving, and you should have one sketch, and that should give you your colors that you're wanting to use. So we're going to start. I'm going to show you how to get that going, and then it's up to you how you want to do your weaves. If you want to do over and under 1, which is your basic plain weave. If you want to do a over and under 2, that's a really cool weave. And there's other weaves that we can teach and show you, okay, just basically. So I thread a needle the way my grandmother taught me. I hold my end of my yarn. Where's that black one? I put it through and I pull it. Now, if you do not have a smooth piece of yarn, if it's frazzled, if it's fuzzy, if you have part of it on this side of the needle, it's messed up. You have to have it smooth. Then you're going to pull it through, and you're going to want what's called a tail. Okay, so you're going to have one that's here, that's short, and then one that's long. And as you're weaving, you're going to have to keep adjusting that to make sure that you are not doing 2. And you have to keep adjusting that. Now we're going to leave it on the end as we start, and you can start under or you can start over. It doesn't matter. And you're going under, over, 1. Under, over, 1. I usually go the length of my needle, and then I pull my yarn through my loom. So my weft thread is now going across my warp, and I'm going to leave a tail about like that. We're going to weave that tail back in after we're finished with the entire weaving. So you want to leave those loose tails. Over and under 1, all the way across. Again, I do the length of my needle and then pull it so that it just doesn't tangle up and it's easier. Alright, this is one row. Now, I pull it all the way out. I straighten up my stitch, my weave, excuse me. Now, this is under, so I'm going to go over and under, and it's the opposite on the next row. Each row will alternate as you weave. Then you're going to want to take your weaving, your row, and you're going to pull it and push it up and make a tight weave so you don't have any holes, unless they're intentional holes. And you do this all the way over until you're ready to change colors, or you want to change your weave, or you want to change your pattern. Just a basic, simple over and under 1. You can change it again and do over and under 2, over 1, under 2. So I'm at the end. I'm going to have to go under because I'm over that row at this time of warp. And this is the process for the weaving. And like I said, you just change it as you get ready. Now, you'll notice that mine is still... Alright, so that's great. I'm glad I did that. I pulled it too tight. So I'm going to take my needle, and I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to loosen that weave back up, because you don't want to pull that in unless that's part of your design. Okay? Now, you see how this is getting close down here? And it's going to be woven in if I'm not careful. So I'm going to take my needle, and I'm going to pull that tail and shorten it, because you have to have a shorter tail. The purpose of that is to keep it on your needle while you work. Otherwise it comes off and you're constantly rethreading a needle. Over and under 1. Push your rows together, make them a good fit, don't leave gaps. And you just keep doing that process until you're through with this color, or you're changing colors, or you're through weaving.